We do lots of revegetation work in the Yass area. The thing that motivates us is the survival of native vegetation. We want to make sure that the work that we're doing is going to survive through into the future, even as conditions change. So in our journey of the last 8 years, we've gone from, we used to only buy seed to grow in our nurseries that was from locally sourced plants, to sourcing our seed from lots of different areas that give us the widest set of genetics that we can put for the species that we know are likely to tolerate our future climate. I think our opportunity now is sharing what we know and helping out where we can, and that's what Landcare is all about.
Climate Ready Revegetation is responding to the urgent challenges presented by climate change. We draw on local climate projections for our area, and then we can use that to look at what plants, what species are likely to survive. Do they grow out in hotter places as well as here? Once we've done that sort of species assessment, then we need to look at what seed is available, and we want to source seed from a range of provenances. We grow 40 species in our nurseries, and then amazing volunteers at our nurseries propagate native plants from that seed. Then they become available for landholders. We have a planting trial on 8 different sites around the landscape. Some volunteer landholders are growing planting trials. We can see the survival is very comparable between plants grown from local seed and from seed from further away.
This vegetation type, the grassy box woodlands, are critically endangered. That means that there's less than 5% of them left. The grassy woodland in its pre-European state, a property like this would have had 300 to 400 species. Now, around 97% of it is gone. The Climate Ready Revegetation work has been a terrific way of engaging a large number of people and integrating science and getting science applied on the ground.
To give nature more options in selecting the seed that's going to work here in the long term is a good thing.
We've been helping the Yan group understand our genetic data and how they can maximise genetic diversity for the plants that they put in the ground. Together with Adapt New South Wales, have created this web tool that's available free online. Restore the New web tool enables restoration practitioners to access genetic data in a very easy way. We can predict the climate based on certain models, but we don't really know how it's going to change your small microhabitat. And we need to know that the plants we're planting in restoration is ready for that. And the best way to do that is to have restoration populations that are genetically diverse. The vision is that we carry this model across New South Wales into the really heavily degraded, fragmented areas. So we're helping the process of renewal.
Across the New South Wales landscape, we've already warmed by 1.4 degrees since 1910. So we're already experiencing a warming effect. The work that Yan are doing with their Climate Ready Reveg is really innovative and forward-thinking and will support ecosystems and communities for the future. Now we have this amazing opportunity to do restoration, addressing those twin crises of climate change and biodiversity loss, which is really emerging globally as the key issues for our planet. Seeing that community working together, getting ecosystems back and repairing them is really inspiring.
We've remained a very active group and now feeling that we've established something that can keep going and hopefully be helpful in this era. We can't personally stop climate change, so we're really trying to help the local ecosystems to adapt to that inevitable change.
It's given us a real focus on what we're growing for. Before the Climate Ready project, we did have Landcare nurseries, but each nursery did our own thing. And this project has helped us pull all together to work towards common goals.
The amount of effort that goes into revegetation, from landholders fencing and destocking and keeping pests and animals and stock off it, to the Landcare volunteers, to everyone that's working behind the scenes, sourcing seed, all of that effort, I'm hoping that in the future that we still have really resistant, thriving revegetation that's actually producing the next generation of plants that are really thriving in this environment.
You know, we started doing the major plantings in 2018, which was before the Climate Ready program started. But every year I go back and put more trees into all the existing tree lanes. So the Climate Ready trees are going into that. Given what's known about climate change, it'd be silly not to be doing something which is looking to the future rather than just planting for today's climate. It's just a really good feeling to know that you've made this permanent impact on the environment.
We've cleared a huge amount in Australia in the last couple of 100 years. That's what's really important from the Climate Ready project is we have this sense of urgency. The opportunity is to link in with other groups and organisations and to make Climate Ready Re-Veg really the way that we do it in Australia. I think what it makes me feel is that I'm really proud of Landcare because this has really been possible because a whole bunch of volunteers have found an idea that seems important, have found a way to make a difference and do something positive about climate change.